Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to Audiorista's Quick Start videos. Today, we'll explore layout screens. In Audiorista, there are two main ways to present content: layouts and feeds. Layouts are empty screens that you populate with predefined display elements, such as banners and different types of carousels. These are often used for an app's home screen, meaning the first screen users see when they log in or open the app. However, you can structure layouts however you like to best display your content. Before we dive deeper, make sure you're familiar with uploading content, creating collections, and setting up your app navigation using menus. You can watch my other videos on these topics, or visit the Help Center for more details. Now, let's go over the basics of how layouts work. Your layouts are found in the CMS section of the dashboard. Here in this account, you can see there's already two separate layouts called Home and Browse. Clicking on a layout shows the elements inside. Right now, the Home layout contains a collection carousel called My Titles, and below it, a feed link banner called My Feed. And this is exactly how it appears in the app. If I add a new display element, it will be placed below the existing ones. And when I check the app, I'll see the same order reflected there. If I want to move an element higher up, I can simply drag and drop it to the top. Refreshing the app updates the layout instantly, showing the new order. This is the foundation of how layouts work. They follow a row-based structure from top to bottom, and you can add as many display elements as you like. If they extend beyond your device screen, users can simply scroll down to see the rest. Now, here's something important to keep in mind. In apps, just like in a grocery store, visual placement matters. Items placed at eye level on supermarket shelves tend to sell the most. Similarly, in your app, users will interact the most with content that appears front and center at the top of the screen. If there's something you want to highlight, make sure it's placed at the top by dragging its display element upward. Let's talk about where layouts fit into your app structure. Just like feeds, layouts can be added to your app's navigation or even embedded inside another layout. You can have multiple layouts in your app, which is useful when you want to display content in different ways. For example, you might use one layout for the home screen, showcasing content you want to highlight at the moment, and another layout for organizing content by genres or topics. How you structure your app is entirely up to you. Now, let's go through how to create a new layout, and then look at the different elements available for you to use. To create a new layout, navigate to Layouts under CMS in the left-hand menu. In the top right corner, click Create Browse Layout. Give it a name and hit Submit. Once your layout is created, the next step is to add display elements. To add an element, click the Add Section button and choose a display type from the list. Click Next. The settings generally allow you to choose which collections or content sources to display, and how the artwork should appear, whether as square, banner, or tall artwork. Each element has different options, but the most important setting to toggle in all of them is visibility. If this isn't toggled on, the element won't appear in your app. Remember to click Save to add the element to your layout. Now, let's quickly go over how display elements are named so you can easily understand them. The naming convention follows a simple pattern: what it displays, followed by how it's displayed. For example, a Titles in Carousel displays title artworks in an interactive carousel, while a collection banner presents one of your collections as a banner. If you want to learn more about each element type, you can visit our Help Center. And of course, you're welcome to experiment. If you happen to add an element you don't want, simply click the trash icon to remove it. Let us go over the content elements briefly. Titles in Carousel. This shows a sideways scrollable carousel of titles from a collection. Collections in Carousel. This is a sideways scrollable carousel of collections. Clicking on an artwork of a collection shows you the titles in the collection you've clicked on. Collections slideshow. This is the same as the collection carousel, but it scrolls through the collections automatically. Collection banner. This shows a banner that, once clicked, shows you a vertical list of the titles in the collection. Layout link banner. This displays a banner. Once clicked, you come to another layout you have created. So, through this banner, you've nested a layout in a layout. Feed link banner. This displays a banner. Once clicked, you come to a feed screen you have created. Learn more about feeds by watching my other video on the subject. In addition to standard content elements, there are also user-based elements that dynamically update based on user interaction. One example is the favorites, which displays the titles a user has favorited. This is particularly useful for content that people revisit frequently, such as music, courses, or mindfulness programs. Another useful element is resume, which comes in two types. The resume titles element displays the most recently interacted with titles, while the resume collections element displays the most recently accessed collections. The key difference between them is how they help users continue content consumption. If your content is something that should be consumed in order, like a course or lecture series, where users progress module by module, then using the resume collections element makes sense. It ensures they retain progress and continue sequentially. If your content doesn't follow a set sequence, then the resume titles element might be the better option. That covers the essentials of working with layouts in Audiorista. For a more complete understanding of content screens, I recommend watching our companion video on feeds. And as always, please visit the Help Center for more info. That's it for layouts. Experiment, refine, and make them work for your content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.